we are going to do a mystery box. This is a horror mystery box that I got off of Etsy, and I'm going to be using some annotating techniques as well because I got these really cute stickers. Oh, she sent me a little freebie. It's a Halloweeny bookmark, but I have these annotation stickers right here, and the package is overall just really cute. It comes with this. I got multiple bookmarks. Okay, multiple bookmarks. Here's the book. It's a horror book. I sent my Goodreads page, and I also sent her a message that said I don't like zombie horror because I don't like zombie horror. Every single zombie book that I've read I've hated. So let's see what I got sent. Hopefully it's not one that I already have. Ooh, The Haunting of Brynn by Wendy, Webb. Never heard of this. Sounds right up my alley though. I finally started to read this book, The Haunting of Brynn, and y'all, this book is sad. I wasn't expecting this book to be sad. It's a lot more emotional than I was anticipating it to be, but it's not bad by any means. And I'm really enjoying the bookmark that I got with this and the little tabs that I got too. So the bookmark, here, I'll show you the bookmark right quick. It has like the different colors. So there's characters, there's important plot points, what's that say? Foreshadowing, quotes, emotional, WTF, I believe, plot twist, romantic, and steamy. Or spice. I don't know if I'm gonna get this spice in this one all that much. There is a romantic subplot I think that's gonna happen. So there are a few like romantic tabs here, but I wasn't expecting this book to be emotional like it is. So Brynn Wilder is in this small town called Wharton, and it's a small like coastal town pretty much. It says it's kind of like Cape Cod in a way, but she is there to visit her friend, and she has gone through some stuff with her mom. She just lost her mom, and her friend said that she just needed to come visit her to kind of get her mind off of everything and to kind of reset. She's Brynn is also a professor, so she's taking a sabbatical right now, and she has to start back work in the fall. But she literally just lost her mother, and her mom and her were really, really close, and it was a very quick thing that happened. So trigger warning for Cancer going into this book if you want to read it. But honestly, this book is written just so beautifully. I have a feeling that there are going to be some really hard-hitting scenes in here. There are already a lot of hard-hitting scenes in here. The emotional tabs I got going, there are a lot of emotional tabs in here, and kind of got all teary-eyed and everything like that when I was reading it last night. But I got to the first, I'm gonna fill you in like in fourths. So the first fourth is over, and there are some creepy elements too. So she's staying at this like bread and, if I can say it correctly, bed and breakfast. And this bed and breakfast has a sinister past. It has been like a boarding house to people for 100 years, and it's said to be haunted. So there is a creepy aspect to it, especially on Brynn's first night there. She hears somebody out of her door whispering her name, like trying to get into her door. And I thought that was creepy. Like it happened. And you know when you're staying at a new place and you hear all like the new creaks and all the new sounds and you have to get used to it. Like when I go and travel, I can't sleep the first night because I hear all of these different things and I don't feel comfortable sleeping. But usually by like the second day, I can sleep pretty well. But it seems like every time Brynn starts to go into like a deep sleep, something creepy happens. like creaking in the hallway, or somebody trying to get in her room, like the door handle like rattling, or whispering outside of her door saying her name and all these things. She thinks it's this, like, she thinks it's another person, but she also has in her mind that this place has a creepy, like, sinister background too that nobody really talks about all that much. So you don't know if it's paranormal, or you don't know if it is like just another person doing things. But I think the haunting aspect is more of is going to be more of Brynn's, not demons, but her, like, her inner turmoil, however you say that word. her inner feelings that she's going to have to kind of work through and find ways to cope with, because it seems like she is going through a lot of different stuff and she's going through a lot of emotions. But when the creepy aspect got introduced, I was like, maybe it's paranormal too. Like, maybe she's gonna have to work through all of her emotional things and mental things, as well as like go through a haunting of this house. I'm not sure. But then you get some flashback moments of dreams that she's had that seem really real, and like of her life and everything like that, but then something sinister happens in her dreams. So I'm not really sure what's going on with Brynn at the moment, but I just wanted to fill you in with that and let you know that it's a very emotional read right now. Wasn't expecting that kind of emotion going into it. I didn't read up on this book to see how, like, to see what people thought about it. I just kind of went into it not really knowing anything. And I was pleasantly surprised, but then I was also kind of like taken off guard a little bit because it is so emotional. But that's my update, and I will fill you in when I reach, it's like 136 pages, I believe. Yeah. When I reach chapter 19, I'm on chapter 9 right now. But I'm going to keep tabbing, and I'm going to keep reading and listening to it. I got the audiobook for this. I am a little over halfway through this, and it's still going the way that I said previously about what's her name? Brynn. It's still going the way that I told you about Brynn at the beginning, where she's going through the grief of losing her mother, but now she's kind of, I wouldn't say taking on a caretaker role of this woman named Alice, who is the ex-wife of another tenant of this bed and breakfast. I wouldn't say that she's like a overall caretaker, but she's getting really close to Alice, and Alice has Alzheimer's. But Alice also seems like she has like a psychic ability possibly, or she can see things that are going to happen before they actually happen. Maybe is sensitive, and they're just trying to figure out what's going on with her. Because if you've ever been around people with Alzheimer's, it is one of the saddest diseases ever. But people are there at times, and then sometimes they're not there. They're there physically, but their brain is somewhere else, and they're trying to figure out what Alice is talking about when she is not there in the present, because she is able to tell Brynn, plus other people that are staying at this bed and breakfast, things that are going to happen. And it's unsettling. I wouldn't say creepy, but it's unsettling in a point, because she's already predicted numerous things that have happened, and they're wondering if she has like a psychic ability, plus a conversation that Brynn just had with another character in here might have solidified that, because he's having dreams like Brynn is having, and this is the first time that they've ever talked about it, and he thinks that he's going crazy, and so does Brynn. So I don't know. I am still tabbing away. My tabs have kind of slowed down a little bit just because, you know, at the very beginning you're getting to know everybody, you're getting to know all the characters, you're getting to know the setting, you're getting to know the plot of the book. So I have tabbed more of emotional things because it is very emotional, especially what Alice is going through, and just kind of watching her decline as the book is going on. But I've also been tabbing some what the, you know, too, because in one part Alice whispers that somebody is going to die, and then it happens. And at another part, Brynn is taking a shower and she thinks that she sees, or no, she's brushing her teeth and she thinks that she sees somebody in the mirror behind her, but then she turns around, there's nobody there. And I don't know, this place is just kind of creepy, you know. It's an old place, and there is this room where somebody has passed away. Did I just lose my freaking spot? I did. I'm dumb. But there's also this room that a woman was found dead in, like over the winter part of the winter, where when nobody is staying in this house, and the owner of this house has kind of blocked that room off. But Brynn is able to get into that room, and no one understands how, because no one besides the owner has that key. But Brynn has been inside that room, and she's possibly seen the woman that has died in there. So there's some paranormal stuff going on. It's unsettling, and this is a very well written book. It's more a literary thriller than anything, and like I said previously, it also deals with a lot of emotions. So if you're not in the right mindset going into this book, I would kind of steer clear, because it talks about grief a lot, and it also talks about Alzheimer's, and it's just it's pretty good. Like I'm into it. I'm not into the romance, okay? I don't like Brynn and this guy named Dominic together. I'm not feeling it. Not feeling it. And also, if you've ever read The Illustrated Man, there are parallels to Dominic and the short stories. I'll put a picture up right here what The Illustrated Man is if you've never heard of it. But I read that book in college for my undergrad, and it's really, really good. Like, I really enjoyed it. But it's very odd to me that the author decided to make those parallels between Dominic and The Illustrated Man, because there's something going on with Dominic, and I want to figure it out, because he's not as perfect as he seems, okay? I need to figure it out. I need to figure out what's going on with that man. But that's my update, and I'm going to continue reading. Yeah. It's a cute little coastal town, though. I can say that. Wanted to fill you in and let you know that I went ahead and just finished this last night because I got sucked into it. And I really didn't tab all of that much from chapter like 20 on. Those are just the tabs. I mean, it's more than I thought. But I really just got sucked into this story. This story, like I've said before, it's very emotional. It deals with grief. It deals with somebody trying to love themselves after a lot of things have happened. Brynn lost a lot at one time. She lost her relationship. She lost her mother. She lost a pet. She felt very just lost with her own self, because she took care of her mom for so long, and then after her mother was gone, she didn't really know what to do. And if you've never lost somebody super important to you like that, it's very hard to explain the feeling that you feel during that time. And I really sympathized with Brynn in this story. And there's also a paranormal twist to this story as well. I'm not going to talk about it too much because, I mean, I don't want to spoil anything for you. The twist at the end kind of caught me off guard. I wasn't sure how the paranormal aspect of this book was actually working. I wasn't sure if Brynn was imagining things, like dreaming, if she was seeing visions, if she was actually seeing like ghosts. I wasn't really sure, but the end tied everything together so beautifully. And her and Dom's relationship, it was weird. It was kind of odd to me. I still don't know if I 100% shipped them all the way, but the ending of the story and how everything just like meshed together, it was honestly a very beautiful story. I was not expecting this story to be as hard-hitting as it was. I was expecting it to be more horror than anything, but this is more of like a literary thriller. It is very thrilling. It does have some creepy moments in it. There are important topics in here, and there's a mystery about this whole town itself, about it being haunted because there are so many people that have died in this location. And then there's also a mystery about Dom because everywhere he goes, people die. And like I said, just the way that it's all tied together, it was very well done. I'm going to give this book a 4-star. The only reason I'm not giving it 5 is because the romance kind of took over the other stuff. And like I said, I really didn't ship Brynn and Dominic together all that much. But overall, it was very well written, very well put together, and I enjoyed getting to tab everything. I forgot how immersed you get when you do annotate. I didn't like write in the book, but all of my different tabs mean something, and it really did help me connect with the actual characters. And I remember saying that I didn't have any like, there is a romance in here, but it wasn't like steamy steam. I do have one red tab that means it was steamy, and this scene got pretty steamy, and I was very surprised, but also pleasantly surprised because it was very well written scene, and it didn't get overly graphic. It was perfect for the book. It was good. It was a good time. So yeah, 4 stars. Not a horrible book. I do think that I will pick up some Wendy Webb, but I'm gonna go into it and actually like read more in depth before I go into these stories, because this story kind of just took me by surprise because of how emotional it was, and I had to get in the right mindset for this story. But yeah, I'm very happy with this box. It wasn't a horror box like I was anticipating. So it's more a literary thriller, but the book itself, it was good. It was very good. If you're interested in reading this, I would highly suggest it to you, especially if you like a little bit more of a tamer, creepy vibe and more of an emotional read. I would suggest this book because it's good. But yeah, that's all I have for you, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments down below if you would like to see a video like this again. I really enjoy these. I do have some more like blind date with books that I can tab, I can annotate and show you more an in-depth process of that if you're interested in seeing all of my processes. I'll see you on the next one. Bye!